Welcome back. This lesson, we are going to update some of the content on the page, mainly within the div, getting content from the input as the user takes an action on the submit button. So let's put this all together. And we already have everything in place. We saw earlier that we can get the element input content by doing sc input value, because we've attached sc input variable to that object within the DOM. So if we get the value of it, we can return back whatever the current value is. So if this value updates at any point, and whenever we look for the value, you can see that we can also get that updated value. So whatever that value currently is within the input, that's what we want to return back. And we also saw that we can get the value of the div, where we've got our selected input element of the div. And if we do text content, and there is a number of ways, there's inner HTML, inner text. So there's a number of ways of selecting that content, and it's going to return back the current value. As we're able to retrieve back values, we're also able to assign values. And the DOM elements work in the same way as other objects in JavaScript, where if we wanted to make a selection, so we can get the select input value, so this is the same one that we've output here on the right-hand side in the console, and we can update it to whatever the value is, and we can also do it the other way around. So we can take the select element, inner HTML, text content, or inner text. I use text content in this instance. So what's going to happen now within the code, whenever we click the button, so we've still got that button action active, we're going to update the content that's contained within that SCL element object that's connected to the div on the page. And the value that we're going to set in there is going to be whatever value is contained within sc input value. And we can saw that we can retrieve that value back. So this retrieves back a string value. So let's do a refresh and hit submit. And you can see that we've updated the value of the input using the submit button. So whenever this value updates, whenever our input changes, we can hit submit and we can update the value within the inner HTML. If you go to inspect, you can see that the DOM has updated, and within the div, this isn't within the original source, but it's the current active source now that we've updated it. So because this is connected to the DOM, our elements variables are connected to the same DOM objects. And then when we make any updates, you can see it gets updated within the page. So go ahead and try this out. We're going to create a more interactive format to connect to elements and the DOM. So that's still to come in the upcoming lessons.